Hi, this is Eitan Shalom at the Body Mind Wellness Center, and I'm doing dry needling treatment with electrical stim for a 54-year-old man who works in construction and has developed what in Chinese medicine is oddly enough called 50-year shoulder, which is their term for frozen shoulder, because frozen shoulder occurs much more often in people in their 50s than any other time period. So I'm needling the motor point of the upper trapezius. I'm needling the motor point of the infraspinatus. And you'll see these two, the blue cords are attached, and we're stimulating the motor point of the of the infraspinatus. And then I'm needling the motor point and some trigger points on the infraspinatus down here, as also the teres major and minor as they cross over the shoulder joint. And I have found in my clinical practice that people with shoulder problems almost always have tight trapezius. And indeed, this man very much does. You see how many needles I've done in the trapezius? Each one of the, not the trapezius, in the triceps. I said trapezius, I meant triceps. See how many needles I've done in the triceps? That is the motor point of the triceps, trigger points in the triceps, and then electrical stim. And over here, these are the ones on the teres attachment at the humerus. So that's what I'm doing, a simple enough treatment for frozen shoulder. I've also done trigger points on the rhomboid that are not particularly reactive. In a few minutes, I'll take the electrical stim off, take out the needles, and then I will turn them over and I will do the subscapularis, which is a really interesting one to needle. You have to needle through the armpit. And it is interesting that when you look up the trigger point of the infraspinatus here on the scapula, in Dr. Travell's book, she talks about that will release the subscapularis. That may be to some degree, but I find that needling in the subscapularis, which is the primary muscle that holds the scapula in place when it's doing its activity, and that originates on the inside of the scapula and attaches to the front, that it's much more effective, especially in frozen shoulder. I always do the subscap. I check it to see if it needs to be done. And even non-frozen shoulder rotator cuff injuries, if you press on the subscap and it's really hard and or painful, then that's an indication to needle it. And I get very good results with that. So thank you for tuning in. This is Eitan Shalom at the Body Mind Wellness Center. Thank you.